Hello, my name is Fenna. Welcome to Following Fenna. I'm a certified coach and counselor, and I guide people in a limerent episode and also with their partners. Now, what can limerence do for you? On my channel, I talk about the disruptive state of limerence, the addiction, the damage, the pain. I hardly talk about what limerence can do for you and if we can get something out of this horrific altered state. Can it do things for you? Absolutely. And in this video, I will explore with you the benefits and sometimes life-changing experience called limerence. Limerence. The obsessive and intense, often involuntary infatuation for another human being where you cannot form a pair with this person and you get addicted, literally, to the contact with this person. Now, believe me, when I say that I hear devastating stories in my work, people who are at their wits' end, spouses who see the character changing in their partner in limerence, kids being abandoned, people losing their job, their money, they cannot concentrate at work anymore, and overall I see a lot of pain and suffering. Of course, what's also painful is in order to get out of limerence, you need to go through a withdrawal to stabilize your hormones and also through a deep grief period, because somehow your nervous system mistaked this person for a very important attachment figure. Basically someone that our life depends on, which is not true, by the way, but that's what our system thinks. So we need to go against Mother Nature. And she's one tough cookie to go against. Now, yeah, this is all pretty horrific, but I'm gonna give you some hope. Yes, limerence has a purpose, at least for the person in limerence. Maybe not for the spouses, but for the person in limerence. It's there for a reason. Something has to change. Something has to be addressed and no longer be ignored. Something has to be processed, to be faced, to expressed, to grow, to rearrange, to be felt, or to work through or admitted. Now, limerence has two ways to deal with. First of all, we have to get rid of the addiction and stabilize the dysregulated hormones. Second, look at why you became limerent, which has a lot to do with your family history, your childhood, and the circumstances also before you met LO. Maybe 1 or 2 years, or maybe a little bit less prior that you met LO. By the way, I'm not saying that LO is your soulmate. There are in generally kind of troubled people with severe attachment wounds, and for some reason we react really strongly to that. They're not your soulmate, but okay. When I finally went no contact because I was exhausted, I entered something so big, so profound. It sometimes felt like almost spiritual or almost like a rebirth. This wasn't about LO anymore, whom I hardly knew. You know, I only saw this person a few times. There was something else going on. And I don't know if you know him, but Alan Robarge, he's my attachment hero here on YouTube. He made a video, and the video is called Being Cracked Open, and he talks about his grief experience. And I think the word cracked open felt so accurate. And in limerent grief, I decided to turn every stone. I mean, now that we're busy having excruciating pain, we might as well throw in some work. Oh, yeah. and limerence, even if you would end up with a low, which is not going to happen, at least not in the long run, you miss the opportunity for self-expansion. That's what limerence is all about, because you skipped the lessons that had to be learned. And all my clients who ended up at one point in their life marrying a low also describe entering a next limerent episode and divorcing a low after a while. I know you don't believe me, but I know it's true. Now, I strongly advise you to take a look at your childhood, or the childhood of your parents, or even your grandparents. What happened there? Maybe there are things that you didn't know yet. And if you want to read more about inherited trauma and the science behind it, there's this really great book. Well, I loved it. It's called It Didn't Start With You, and it's by Mark Wolin. And it describes how inherited family trauma shapes you, but also how to end this cycle. Because trauma/attachment wounds, they don't just disappear overnight. It's like energy. You cannot really destroy it. Trauma needs to be worked through. Now, sometimes people say, yeah, I don't really know that much about my family history, and I don't know if there are attachment wounds in my family structure. The easiest way to see if there are attachment wounds is to see if there's ADHD, depression, or alcoholism within your family. But maybe you do know, and you can define where your attachment wounds come from. Maybe you have your own trauma. Maybe you know your parents did. Personally, I had a happy childhood, but my grandmother, and I talk about this in some more videos, my grandmother had a narcissistic personality disorder, which means she was severely traumatized. And I never really addressed what that had done to my mom, even though she was a wonderful mom. But during my limerent grief, I saw a therapist for the first time in my life, and we talked about my grandmother and also about my family and my family history for the first time in my life. During my life, I had no idea that this could have had any effect on me. And in fact, if someone would have told me earlier, yeah, Fenna, in your late 40s, you'll have to talk about your grandmother with some therapist, I would have asked why. Maybe I would have laughed even. I would have asked why. But my mom never went to therapy, so I kind of did that for her. So please look at your family history. You know, probably there is something that still needs to be addressed or get some attention. Now, like I said, the circumstances prior to the beginning of the limerence also play a crucial role. We already have the vulnerability, and then the circumstances open the door, the gateway for a limerent episode. Then we meet the wrong person with attachment wounds themselves. We have the obstacles, the limited access, and the unpredictable contact, and then we have all the ingredients for a limerent episode. Now, please look and be honest. What was going on before the start of the episode? Was there a life event you never really addressed maybe enough? Were there unmet sexual needs? Did you disconnect somewhere with your current partner? In hindsight, what needed to be expressed instead of suppressed? And we should see limerence as a catalyst. Something had to give. Now, for some people, that means they get divorced due to the limerence. Not to end up with a low. I hope you're not divorcing for a low, because that chance is second to none. but maybe to be alone or meet a new healthy person in the future. Take a new exit in life, start something new. For some people, it means reconnecting, reshaping, and reconnecting their current relationship. Did you disconnect somewhere? Did you stop to care about your relationship or your partner? Did you stop to nourish and protect the relationship? Maybe you both did. This is fertile soil. It's painful, but it's fertile soil. This is your second chance in life. A life with more integrity. Integrity, by the way, is a big, huge protector against limerence. But a chance for better connections, new goals, new values, new priorities. And if I look back, what limerence did for me was it made me more clear on what I wanted. I defined what I wanted in life. I want a healthy, defined relationship, which I will nourish and protect, and I will invest in that. I think I have become a better mom, more engaged, more connected. I think I'm less selfish. I have more self-compassion. That's something I learned. And overall, I'm much calmer. I have prioritized some new values. I'm more moralistic towards myself. And I came off from antidepressants. By the way, also, that's something that limerence did for me. And in general, I'm more stable and more collected. And it feels like I have worked through some things. It feels different. It feels lighter. The crisis, I might say, the crisis and the pain during the limerence grief, the aftermath, the painful aftermath forced me. It wasn't really a choice. I had to reflect. I had to grow and learn things about attachment, about myself, self-compassion. I did therapy, I meditated, and it still took me 2 years to grieve. And after 2 years, I finally felt happy, but there's no timeline. It takes as long as it takes. And coming out of the limerent fog always feels like getting back, becoming yourself again, but hopefully also a little bit better. Is it all worth the pain? Maybe not, but here we are. We might as well take something good out of it, because we kind of have to. That's why the limerence is here. And I hope you see that LO is just a tool for self-expansion. We're not supposed to stick around with LO. We have better things to do, like rebirth and stuff. Thank you, LO. I'm going to expand myself now, thanks to you. That's what they are there for. If you want my help in one-on-one coaching, please send me an email. And for now, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope to see you in another video. Bye.